Alright, everybody, I am making some meatloaf and potatoes for dinner. So I'm gonna do an instructional video on how to make mashed potatoes. Sometimes I peel, sometimes I don't. I find that if I don't peel, the kids don't necessarily like them. So I'm gonna peel one using our pivoting peeler from Pampered Chef. What's nice about this peeler is that it does rotate, so depending on your vegetable will determine on how you pivot or peeling. I'm going really fast here. So how often do you make mashed potatoes? And what do you typically eat mashed potatoes with? I would love to hear, because there's so many mashed potatoes. I feel is a very versatile dish and goes with so many different dishes. And it's not hard to make. It's just time consuming if you peel them, especially. But you can do it quickly. See, that was done in no time. I will, if I peel the potatoes, I will rinse them off after the fact, because you're going to get the junk from the peel on the potato itself. And so it doesn't take that long. If your potatoes are green, you want to try and get that green off, because eating that green can make you really sick, especially after the potato is cooked. If you peel it and it's still green underneath, throw the potato away. So you don't want that greenness on the potato. Most of Pampered Chef's tools are nice for left-handers because they are versatile and can be used by both lefties and righties, which is nice because our founder, Christopher, is actually left-handed. When she founded the company, she made sure that our tools can be used by everybody. And this is a nice peeler. It's my favorite one to use. My kids can't use any other peeler. They can use this one. That's how nice and easy it is. So I'll show you guys on the last one. You just simply turn the head. I was at a vendor event all day, and I think my kid, he's tired, so he's probably upstairs napping and resting. I'm at the point where they can sort out their own issues unless somebody gets hurt. Alright. I'm doing 3 because I don't know how hungry my kids are going to be. And you can surprisingly get a lot of mashed potatoes out of just a little amount of potato. I made the meatloaf ahead of time. I threw it in the freezer. I got it out this morning once we figured out what we were doing today. It's been thawing all day. And I just threw it right in the oven, so it's a great way. Meatloaf, meatballs are great. Hamburgers even, great way to make ahead of time. Freeze them. And then throw them right in the oven when you're ready to make them. And then you just have to worry about the side dishes, veggies, so forth. Alright, let's rinse these off really good, and then we're going to chop them up. When you chop your potatoes up, you want to make sure that they are all the same size so that they get done at the same time. We'll just rinse that one off. Oh my goodness, the kids. So I'm actually going to use a crinkle cutter here. This is from Pampered Chef. Unfortunately, we don't sell these anymore, but I love this because it's easy. I can cut the whole potato basically in one shot. Again, saves time. I'm sure you can find another crinkle cutter from other brands. But yeah, so basically, I just cut the potato in half longwise, cut it in half again, so basically get quarters. Or then you cut into cubes. And look at that, I'm almost done. And I actually have my water preheating so that when these are thrown in, it doesn't take as long for the water to heat up. I'm almost 2 weeks into it. Done. Perfect. So look at that, no time at all. Alright, I'm going to grab my favorite tool here, my scooper, and scoop up as much as I can. This is also a Pampered Chef tool. I love the surface area. I'm just going to put it right in the water. You get a couple peels, hey, that's alright. The peels are actually nutritious for them. That's sometimes why I don't peel them. But for the kids, my 2-year-old is not necessarily eating right now. I don't know what's going on with him. So basically I put too much water in there. You want just enough water to cover the top of the potatoes. If you need to remove some, what I do is take a little measuring cup and just remove them like that. Remove that water, excess water, because you don't want it to boil over. If somebody's walking by, you could easily burn them. All right, I'm just gonna rinse this potato off really quick. And throw this in. If you want to throw in some salt in the water, you can. That will help the water to cook and boil a little bit faster. Covering it will help as well. Putting it on high will help to save time in the kitchen. I'm going to clean up my mess here. So you could also peel it right over the trash can. Sometimes I do that too. If my kids are helping me peel, I'll have them do it over the trash can. And then you want to make sure you wipe off your counter right away. If you do it directly on the counter, use that starch, it's going to dry and turn everything white. So I like to clean up as I do things. It always saves time later as well. Alright, so now you can hear that water sizzling that I accidentally spilled. Carefully. Don't do this at home, folks. Wipe that water up so hopefully it'll slow down that sizzle a little bit. We didn't burn the towel, so we're good. Alright, so we're going to let that cook for a couple minutes. I'm going to pause the video and then we'll be back on when the potatoes are ready to be mashed.